Okay. We're gonna start with Anubis because this map is absolute booty hole. It's a massive pain in the ass. I forget the controls exactly. Let's find you. Perfect. Let's go like that.
Ready for battle.
Oh, too far. I get up.
Ready for battle.
There we go.
You have my thanks.
Alrighty.
Hello.
So we're gonna watch you on the Zenny.
2, 1. Attackers incoming.
This is a pretty good position. I don't know what the fuck your Reinhardt's doing. Generally, you want to be up on the high ground, but if he's going to be on the low ground, I'd be careful. That's good. Through your Discord, just kind of put it on people. Nice. Yeah, that's really good. Immortality. Okay. You got really lucky there. I believe it's this button. What's happening? How do I do this? Oh, it's down. Ah, there we go. Okay. So you got lucky that he walked out of his own immortality on that kill. Generally, if you see this lamp thing here, people will call it lamp a lot of the times. Immortality, lamp, whatever. Destroy the shit out of it. It just wastes so much time hitting him if he can't die. Again, you got lucky that he kind of fed his brains out and walked out of it anyway. But in the future, shoot the lamp. Anyway, I believe I just pressed that again. Or not. I think we're good here. Oh, I'm in third person. What is happening? Oh, I see. So I'm waiting for you to respawn. Oh, you're getting res. Awesome. There we go. So I would definitely have given it to your Reinhardt there, the orb. I pressed it again, motherfucker. Your Zarya is full health, and while she was fighting Hog there, she's probably going to be okay in that 1v1, whereas Reinhardt is down here in the middle of their whole fucking team. I'll back it up a little bit really quick, just so you can kind of see what I was talking about. You're over here, you're dead, and wait for you to respawn. I want to show it from your perspective, though, because I saw out of the corner of my eye this Reinhardt. This is kind of like an awareness thing, right? Like you always want to be trying. So you see Reinhardt right here, right? You can see that he's critical, and you know that there's people down there, at least in the choke. You can tell that there's people over here, right? Like you can see the Ashe, and while you can't see their Reinhardt, you can see that he's critical. So it's probably a good idea to throw him orb, and then instead you give it to Zarya. And now you can see that there's two people that's critical down there. Now the Genji and the Reinhardt are critical HP. So I definitely would have been throwing orb their way instead of at the Zarya. Looks like Mercy's on top of it, so it might be okay. Nice shots. Come on. Yeah, so the Hog came behind and fucked you up. So that's unlucky. That's just another reason why you don't want your fucking whole team to be down here. Although you can't really do anything about that. However, a really good thing to do in general is just always play behind your main tank. Especially as Zen, you're so flimsy, you want to be in the safest position possible. So honestly, that might have been down here. Who's to say that it would have been any different? You might have died still, but maybe something to think about. Like maybe next time you play behind your Reinhardt a little bit more, because our Zarya, yeah, your Zarya looks like she's about to die too.
Pain is an excellent teacher.
Another thing that's really important to note, especially as a healer, because there's not much else going on for you. You're really just looking around, healing people. Maybe as Zen, you're poking damage, right? You're throwing Discord. So Zen, maybe not as much, but you want to keep your eye on the kill feed in the top right. So Tracer died, then she got res, then your Reinhardt died. So right now, because you're dead, and the Reinhardt just died, it's a 4v6. It was a 4v5, but Tracer got rezzed, right? So I know that because I was watching the kill feed. So if you pay attention to the kill feed, that can help as well. Just understanding whether or not you should be going into a fight, or maybe leaving the fight, or whatever. So Discord the Hog. Discord, there you go. Right here, yeah, just keep your distance. Your team's going to lose that fight. They're all just kind of dying off. I'd just be firing I'd just be firing through. If Ryan's gonna go in, give him orb. I would still not go in. I would definitely stay back where you were. You could trans to stall, but it'd probably be better to hold your ultimate for one of theirs. Yeah, so I'd be gone. I'd still be out of there. I would not be in there. Oh my god, nice kill. You're giving me anxiety, girl. Yeah, that Tracer is literally your worst enemy. I would have been so gone when I saw her coming towards me. Girl, you ain't a DPS. What are you doing? You're dead as shit. Oh my goodness. You have fast respawn, so it's kind of okay, but if you were going to go in, you should have gone in before they capped. Going in after they capped is absolutely pointless. I don't know why Farah is spamming that. I don't know what she wants. You're already mad at her. Your team is in way deep. Zarya, give the Zarya orb. Give Zarya orb. Give Zarya orb. There you go. Ryan's already dead. There's no sense in giving him orb. Actually, maybe not. Yeah, no, he's already dead. He's just feeding. That was the worst barrage I've ever seen in my life. Never do that. Massive grab from our team. I don't know what the hell she was chucking it at. So, okay. Whenever you see this BAP window come up, never stand in front of it. Their entire team does double damage through that. So Ashe is going to just head tap you and you're going to die instantly. It's a really bad idea to stand in front of that, and I can't believe that we're actually getting kills. Discord him, yep. Oh. So this is actually something that a lot of people don't do. When a Reinhardt is pinning like that, you can pop trans and body block, because he can pin you, but it won't kill you because you're invincible. But if you're going to pop trans, you got to body block it and take the pin. You want to run into him. Because if you do that, he's just going to one-tap whoever he pins anyway, unless it's a tank. So the Genji died there, you wasted your ult, and now Ryan has Shatter. If I were you, I either would not have transed, I would have... if I was you after already transing, like if I popped the trans, I would have just jumped into the Reinhardt pin and body blocked it for anybody else. If I was playing before that, I would not have even transed, because I know that their Reinhardt is going to be coming up on Shatter. He hasn't used it yet, right? So you can kind of think, like, that's like ult tracking. You want to be aware of, like, especially as a support player, you want to be paying attention to the really powerful ultimates like Grav, enemy support ultimates like Trans, Shatter, like team wiping ultimates. You want to be completely aware of those, especially as Zenyatta, because that's all your ultimate is used for, is counteracting those other ultimates. So obviously you can see in the clip that Reinhardt has his Shatter, but I definitely, if I were you, I would have probably waited or body blocked it. That's just future reference, maybe something to work on as your ult tracking a little bit. So there comes there comes the Shatter. Fortunately for you, he kind of wasted it. He solo shattered the Zarya, and you were there to kill him, so that's good for you. But if he had shattered your whole team, that would have been like an opportunity where, like when I saw the Reinhardt coming in, I probably would have backed up like way over here, and maybe taken like this high ground, maybe hopped up here, because you can actually make that jump with any character. You just jump right up on this one, and then you can jump right up on this one, right here, and then you can kind of jump onto that, and then go all the way across. So actually that's a good way to come back to the first point. If you're trying to get back to the first point quickly, as any character, you can kind of just hop, and then hop across the gap and go straight through. But anyway, I would have probably backed up over here, maybe hopped up here and like tried to hide, because you don't need to do damage at all times. You don't need to be doing damage, especially if you know that he has Shatter. Then I would have been playing way back so I didn't get hit. And the second I heard the Shatter go off, I would have come flying out with my trans to heal everybody up. That's just what I would have done. And again, kind of an ult tracking thing. You definitely want to be waiting for that kind of thing to happen. Same with grabs, shit like that. Diva Bomb, not a good time to trans. It's just going to one-tap people anyway. You can actually body block Diva Bombs for people, but it's really hard. It's kind of finicky the way that it works, and I don't recommend it. Diva Bomb's not a good one. Riptire, things that are going to delete people are not a good thing to trans. Genji Blade, huge trans option. You definitely want to be transing every single blade that you can. Shooting at the floor, I like it. Anyway, so now you just kind of reset. So you can take some off angles here. You can kind of be like poking through right here, or maybe come over this way on this side and poke. You can see all the way down the left side in case they go over there. You don't necessarily have to be standing right behind the Reinhardt, because it kind of makes it a little bit difficult to see. He's a big dude. Immortality's up, I'd be careful. I would definitely go the opposite way of Tracer. So, your Zarya's with you, which is nice. No recall. That's good. It's also important when you get to competitive to be calling out enemy cooldowns. Important cooldowns, like Roadhog's hook. Say, oh, Hog no hook, then people know, like, oh, I can be more aggressive against Hog and he can't hook me. Or Tracer no recall. That means she can't just teleport back in time and get her health back. You can just fucking kill her. So calling that kind of stuff out can be really helpful. Yeah, maybe push. I would stay with Zarya. So she has no blinks. You just heard her triple blink. Okay. Also, when you're fighting Tracer, especially as Zenyatta, you want to pay attention to her blinks. She only has 3, and she gets them back over time. So when you hear her go blink, 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 that's your cue. She has no recall. You watched her use recall. She blink, blink, blinked. That is 100% your cue to fucking go ham on her, which you did. So that's really good. I would definitely keep, especially against Tracer, I would definitely keep that in mind. I think that's something to worry about. Don't walk into the, nice. Audio cues in Overwatch are super, super important. I would give, here, your Mercy can probably take care of your tanks for the most part, minus the fact that she just got hooked. I would try and keep your orb on Genji, 100%. It's going to allow him to go a lot deeper and get away with a lot more shit if he just has orb all the time. Right now, I would... Also, with Zen, always orb your other healer if they need it. If they're below half health, always orb your other healer. It doesn't matter what the rest of the team looks like, orb your other healer, because if you keep them alive, they can help you keep everybody else alive. So always orb your other healer if you can. And again, right here, so one thing I definitely think you should focus on is like being aware of who needs healing and putting it on the right target. It seems like you're kind of prioritizing damage over actually putting your orb on the right target. Because Orb of Harmony is not like Orb of Discord. With Discord, you want to put it on somebody and leave it there, call it out to your team, I have Discord on Hog, and then let your team focus Hog, maybe you focus him, whatever. But Orb of Harmony should pretty much be going around everywhere. You should be putting it on different people all the time, whoever needs it, and if nobody needs it, keep it on your DPS so that they can be more aggressive. Because right now, I mean, if you look in the top left, you can see your Genji is super low HP, your Reinhardt is below half. So either one of them, probably the Genji, because he's, well, they're both close to ultimate. It doesn't matter. Either one of them would be good. I would say Genji because he's about to die. He's got like 20 HP, whereas Reinhardt has like 250. So I would definitely be, yeah, he's already dead. Now I would orb Reinhardt. Ryan's already dead too, never mind. But your priority should be looking to orb people more than anything else. Like, obviously do damage, but you want to be discording and putting heal orb on people more than anything else. That's unlucky. Yeah, I don't know. Ryan pins get easier to dodge the more you play. You'll understand, again, sound cues are super important. He makes a really specific noise when he starts the charge. So, like, even though you couldn't necessarily see him the whole time, it'll get easier to dodge just by paying attention to those sound cues. Zarya just grabbed sound cues, see what I mean? So Discord on Reaper, fuck him up. He's 1 HP. I would Discord Mercy. Mercy first always. Okay, when a Mercy is pocketing a DPS like that, always kill Mercy first. You're never going to kill the DPS, especially as Zen, unless she pulls out her pistol and tries to shoot you instead of healing. That's... Now, res. Aim for head, unlucky. I would back way the fuck out of here. I would go all the way around. If I were you, I would have gone all the way back around through spawn, or I would have just transed onto point. It seems like a waste, but sometimes saving your own life when the enemy team is about to push is more important than putting your trans at the right time. Also, Reinhardt has Shatter again. Again, ult tracking. You haven't seen him use it in a while. Probably going to know that he has it, right? Or you probably should know that he has it. Nice. You transed in. Kind of like I was talking about. I would have used it more to like save your own life. Let's see. Let's go back really quick. Where are we? Yeah, so you're fighting the Reaper. You kill the Reaper, which is good. You see the Mercy. Discord, shoot. Now you see Baptiste, Mercy, and the Reaper just got res. I would have gone forward, trans, and then ran straight to point. That's what I would have done. Although the Reinhardt does shatter here shortly after, so it might not have been the best call, but that's what I would have done. I would have tried to save my own life. And then right there, your trans was kind of unwarranted because you popped it before he shattered. I don't think you were popping it. I could be wrong, but I don't think you were popping it because of the Rein shatter. But I generally would have probably transed earlier, which might not have been a good thing because the Rein was going to shatter, but fortunately the Pharah killed him while he was shattering anyway. So now there's really nothing you're waiting for to use your trans on. Maybe the BAP window to make sure your teammates who are stupid and stand in front of it don't die. But yeah, I don't know. There's really not much for, so it's fine that you used it there. That's also something important. At the beginning of every game, I recommend you just like take into account what the enemy team has. Right now, the Reaper, the Bob, and the Reinhardt Earthshatter are probably your 3 biggest threats when it comes to ults. Obviously, you can see in the top right that Reaper and Ashe both don't have an ultimate. But that's probably what you should be looking out for. You know Rein just used Shatter, so he's not going to have it. Reaper hasn't used it yet, so you got to be careful of that, and same with Ashe. So whenever you see the Reaper, I would be really, really cautious because you don't want to get ulted. Here, nice, hide in the corner, let Genji blade everyone, or stand still on the point. That's big brain blade. Here you're fine. Oh, again, if you're... I would just try and be quicker with your orbs. I would just always be quicker with them. Genji needs healing. Leave orb on Genji. If everybody's pretty much full, leave orb on Genji. He's not full HP. He's the only one on the team not full HP anyway, but it's probably a good idea to leave it on Genji. Orb Genji, please. Oh boy. Orb Pharah. Orb Pharah. Orb Pharah. Orb Pharah. There you go. You got it. You were on it. I think just being a little bit faster would help you a lot for sure. You'd probably win more games. Again, don't peek that. Don't peek that. I would not be peeking that. Your Reinhardt is being a bot by peeking it. Immortality. If you're gonna peek this and shoot at them, shoot the Immortality. It's like all the damage ineffective because they literally can't go past that little sliver, that little blue bar. While the Immortality lamp is up, they can't go below the bar in HP. You can't kill them. It's not a thing. So you gotta shoot the lamp. Your team got it anyway. Again, being more aware of like what was going on there, you might have been able to orb the Reinhardt, give him a little bit of help, save his life. Again, I would orb Reinhardt. So right now, you know that Genji and Mercy aren't taking any damage. The Mercy's literally shooting at them because nothing is really happening. But you know that the Reinhardt and Zarya are fighting people because you can hear the Hog shooting at them. So I would put orb on them. Now they backed off, so did Hog, so it's fine. I guess leave it on Genji. But I don't know, that's kind of what you want to be doing, right? You want to be thinking at all times, like, above anything else, who needs orb and who needs Discord? That's your top 2 priorities. Staying safe, who needs orb, who needs Discord. That's literally all you want to be doing. That's like the foundations of Zenyatta. Who needs orb, who needs Discord. So here you're being a little aggressive, which is fine. You have Genji has orb, so that's good. Discord the Genji coming in. Your Genji died, that's unfortunate. Remember, Zen's a projectile, so you're going to have to pre-fire his movement a little bit. That's okay. You can see him. That's another thing too. If you have a discorded target, you can see them through walls, which is really, really OP. So that's something to think about. Your Zarya is going to help you. I would not be over there. I would not be over there at all. I'd be way the fuck over here. You're playing really, really close to a Genji and a Roadhog, and you're super flimsy. If I were you, I would be all the way on the other side of the point. Range is Zenyatta. You have lots of range. That was a really good pre-fire. Charging up and pre-firing, that was really good. But again, I would be way on the other side. Okay, that was a premature trans. You guys have a shit ton of ults. They only have 5 seconds anyway. But because they have 5 seconds, they're going to come in with everything they possibly can. They're going to throw every ultimate they have at you. So I definitely would have waited a little bit longer on your trans. I definitely would have waited a little longer. There you go. That was an example of body blocking a pin. I don't think you meant to do it, but it is possible. So nice. The Hog got stunned off his ult. That's perfect for you guys. Orb the Rhine, orb the Rhine, orb the Rhine. Again, it didn't matter because you guys were fine. But your Reinhardt did die, and you probably could have saved him with an orb. Just saying. Alright, well, that wasn't too bad. I definitely think you need to work on your orb prioritization. I can't speak English. Yeah, I would definitely be always looking, first and foremost, who on your team needs the orb this instant. Sometimes there will be a case where your Reinhardt is holding shield, he's nice and safe, and even though he's half HP, your Genji is like 80% HP, but he's super deep in the backline. Genji is probably going to need that orb more than the Reinhardt. If Reinhardt's backing up, he's got a shield, and everybody else is focused on the Genji. Genji is going to need orb more than Reinhardt, even though he's not as low as Reinhardt. So that's also something to keep in mind. Prioritizing who needs immediate attention and who can wait a second, or who can the other healer take care of. And another thing to note, always be aware of that kill feed, like I said, because if your healer is dead, if your other healer is dead, then you know you should probably be healing up that Reinhardt and let the Genji die, because it's better for the Reinhardt to keep backing, stay alive, and group up, rather than the Genji to get out. If your other healer's alive, then maybe they can take care of Reinhardt and you can help the Genji, right? So there's all kinds of different options that you can do at any point. There's always a whole list of different things that you can or should be doing, and it really just depends on how the game is going. I'm just going to keep reviewing these until Busan or Dorado. Let's watch Dorado. Okay, what? Anyway, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, Overwatch is very complicated. It's very, very complicated. Positioning and awareness is so important, and people don't think about that enough. Anyway, I'm gonna keep watching these until my 60-minute timer is up. I started a recording that's 60 minutes, so I guess I'll just keep watching until the timer is up. Anyway, let's find you. This is the pink. I don't understand why I can't switch to you. Oh, there we go. There it is. Why are you so far back here? My goodness. What the fuck? Where's your team? Zarya and Ball are... Oh, they're both back with you. Weird. Okay, the best starting point on this map... probably up here. You want something like a dive comp, like Monkey Diva, and you want to be up here, helping your snipers. You definitely want to have snipers like Ashe or McCree or something like that. Hanzo's good, which you have. Just this map in general, you want to be starting up here. You probably want to be in the back. You want to be standing like right here, behind this cover, behind your team, firing down, maybe look for a cheeky Discord. After they push the cart up to about this corner, your whole team should be looking to rotate around. It's either this window or back over here, right here. Some of your players can be up here, especially if you have like a dive team. Your monkey can be up here, zapping them from above, whatever. But you just want to be firing damage down from the high ground as much as possible. And then as soon as they get like halfway up this hill, you want to be looking to drop and come back down over here. Unless you have a ranged comp. If you're running like Hog or Orisa or something, and then double sniper, and you're on Zen and you have an Ana, you definitely can probably just sit right here in this window and fire at them as they come underneath. So you can fire at them from over here, you can have people over on this side, you can have people over there, but you just have so many angles if you keep this high ground for as long as possible. If you don't have a ranged comp, if you have Rein Zarya, it's probably better to just play in their face. Just play the corner. As they get to the corner, back up to this corner. Hold on, give me a second. Anyway, I'm back. Sorry. My brother came into my room. We had a big chat. I don't remember what I was talking about. Probably position. I don't know. I was gone for like fucking 10 minutes. Oh yeah, I was thinking about the position on this map. With no shield, I would be playing super safe, way up on the high ground. Girl, what are you doing? You have a death wish. You have a death wish. You have a death wish. What? No, Go all the way back, all the way. You want to be in the very back. You want to be so far from this. Keep that Discord on them. Nice. Give Zarya orb. She's taking damage. Give Zarya orb. Give Zarya orb. Oh, okay. Or stand in the front. Okay, okay. You definitely need to stand further back when you're Zen. You're being way too aggressive as a Zenyatta. Nice. That was really good. The Tracer is really bad, though. A smarter Tracer wouldn't have just stood there and taken that. Careful of the Sim TP. Again, honestly, I think you just need to work on your awareness. Try and pay attention to some of the sound cues that happen. For example, let's go back. So that noise, the boom, that was Symmetra shooting a ball. Right behind you. Tracer, you heard her guns, right? You saw her in the front, whatever. You heard her blink to the right, and she's still shooting, so you know that Tracer's behind you. Right? You looked over, you just saw her. You can still see her behind you. And you look around, finally, nice. I would have been looking at her way earlier. You heard the Sim teleport, right? You heard the TP happen. So now you know, and you can see Sim right there, so you know that her TP goes somewhere to the left. Now you can see both ends of the TP. Give her Discord. She's going to go back and hide. Get rid of the TP. Nice. Pay attention to the rest of your team, right? All you're looking at is this. All you're looking at is right here, down this corridor, which is basically just Diva and Ball. You're not paying attention to anybody behind you. Someone could come behind you. You're not paying attention to the Hanzo, who's like half health, or the Zarya, right? They don't really need your help, but you're not paying attention to them. Now you look over, and you're just worried about shooting Diva, even though Hanzo needed healing. Again, their team is pushing right up on you. You don't have orb on anybody. Nobody has your orb right now. You always want to have your orb out. Zarya's taking the brunt of the damage, so Ball needs it, Ball needs it. Zarya needs it. Oh, Ball needs it. Ball needs it. Give Ball orb. There you go. I would have given it to him way sooner. Nice, that was a good orb. Keeping it on Hanzo. Firing through. Keep backing, keep backing. Your Zarya's down and your Ball's in Narnia. There's nobody to take the hits for you. There's nobody to take the aggro at all. I would be way out of there. I'd be way out of there. Hanzo's dead. He got stuck. Yep. Again, sound cues, right? You heard time's up. That's Tracer's ultimate notification. That's like her sound cue. Keep backing, keep backing. You're walking forward into a Tracer. She bullies you. I know sometimes you can beat her, but it's probably good to just back up. So again, it's cool that you're getting kills right now, but you should not be this far up. Yeah, you're gonna die. It's inevitable to die if you're that far up. You want to be always in the back. You want to be striving for 0 deaths. You want to be as
Ready for battle.
I accidentally restarted it.
True self is within form.
You want to be striving for 0 deaths though. If your team, if your tanks aren't there, if your tanks die, run. It doesn't matter what happens. Throw orb on someone as fast as possible, or if it's too late, if you're too deep, you want to go in as deep as you can and die as quick as possible. Your whole team should be striving to not die at all, and if you're going to die, die as a team. Because otherwise you're going to come back staggered. So what's happening right now? Let's see. So you're coming back from spawn. I'm assuming I went too far forward. And this is like, you died, right? You died a second ago. You came back. Your monkey is all the way back here. You're right here. Moira just faded right here. Junkrat is in buttfuck Narnia completely alone. Hanzo's 1 HP over here. You're just now giving him your orb. But do you see how split up your team is? Because you died at completely different times. And your Ball is literally dead. He's respawning. He's in the respawn phase. He's not even alive. So, like, it's so bad for your team to be this split up and not together. You're not going to be focusing targets. It's just not a good thing. You do not want to be dying separate of each other. Hope Hanzo... Nope, he's... Okay. So, when you saw him get to critical HP, this was a bad move. You're probably going to get bailed out because the Tracer's team backed up and they're not actually pushing. If this was a smart Reinhardt, he and his team would push up. Look who's here to support you. Literally nobody. Nobody's here to support you. You just take a 1v1 with the Tracer who counters you super hard. If that was a smart Reinhardt, like if I was playing that Reinhardt, I would have just came in and beat the shit out of you until you died. This was not a smart 1v1 to take. You might win it because he's kind of a bad Tracer, Nope, you lost. So you be one with Tracer. It's just not a good idea. If your Hanzo's like too critical and he's already gonna die, just let him go. There's no reason for you to push yourself out of position in order to save him when he's already out of position. You just gotta play more passive. At least this game, you're playing way too aggressive. You're being like really, really aggressive and going for kills when, as Zen, you're a healer. You're a support player. You want to be only doing damage to help you farm trans faster. That's really the only reason you want to even be looking to do damage, right? You just want as many transes as you can get. Pro players will call them tranks, and I call them tranks a lot as well. So you just want as many tranks as you can get. And you want to be, again, like I said in the Anubis game, paying attention to enemy ultimates. Reinhardt probably has Shatter. You haven't seen him use it. Lucio just beated. You heard that. Oh, let's break it down. You heard Lucio beat, right? Again, your team should not be here. The three of you should not be here. Your Sigma is all the way back here. Where the fuck is Monkey? Is he back in spawn? Ah, yeah. Monkey and Junkrat are all the way in spawn. That means the three of you should be all the way back here. You three should not be up there. You should be way back here. Because right now, you're fighting a 3v6. Their whole team is alive. They have a beat on them. They just used Lucio beat. Actually, it is not a 3v6. For some reason, their team is just as split as you. If this was a competitive match, I'm assuming the Symmetra, the Tracer is just being passive because she was low. I can see the healing effect on her. And Hog is respawning. But nonetheless, you're essentially fighting. Tracer's really quick. Lucio and Reiner are right there. And so's Bap. So essentially, you're fighting a 4. The Sim is going to be TPing back. So essentially, you're fighting a 4, soon to be 5v3. You just should not be up here, especially Zenyatta. You should not be up here. If your team wants to feed their brains out, if this was a solo queue competitive game, if they want to feed up here, by all means, let them feed. Throw orb, run. Just always fight a 6v6 if you can. Always, 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 always. Which you guys could be doing. If you guys just backed up, you'd be perfectly fine. But instead, Sigma is now pushing out of position to try and help you guys, which means now you're fighting 4v4, which is like better. But actually, no. It is 4v4. But the Sim is going to be here any second. The Sim is going to have her TP up any second. Looks like she's going to try and put it up here somewhere. So now you're about to be in like a 4v5 situation. And when Roadhog gets back, you guys are really going to be fucked. That trans was really premature. So you want to use trans... I don't know. The few times I've seen you use trans, you kind of just pop it randomly. You at least want to pop it if somebody's low HP. That's like the bare minimum. Like, at least somebody needs to be low HP for you to be popping trans. But popping it like this is like completely pointless. There's just like there's no reason to pop this right here. There's no enemy ultimates coming at you, right? I'm not trying to be a dick either. I'm just trying to explain like my third player. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just being honest. But yeah, like I mean, look, your whole team is full HP. They were full HP. Here, I'll back it up and show you. So again, you guys are being really aggressive, being way up that far. You should definitely be looking to regroup with your team. You guys are also lucky that their Roadhog is just being a bot in spawn. This is kind of, again, it's a quick play game in a competitive match, and at higher SRs, that'll never happen. No dude is just going to be standing there alone. Again, Hanzo is taking a suicide 1v1 against Tracer point blank. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, right? Moira is trying to 1v1 their BAP instead of healing the team and playing smart and safe. And so, but Moira wasn't low HP. Hanzo's all the way in Narnia. You can't heal him anyway. Sigma wasn't low HP, right? Like, there's just no reason for you to be transing this. Symmetra's up on the high ground, which is not good for you guys because she's just going to throw turrets behind you and rain in from above. The Moira has a bad position, but there's just no reason for you to be transing here. You just have no reason to be transing. Yeah, I would definitely try and pay attention to your timing on trans there. Because again, their Reinhardt has Shatter. Ult track, like, try and pay attention to that. Nice kill. You're right in their Reinhardt's face. Their Reinhardt is really bad. If their Reinhardt was better, he would have been swinging on you. You would have been dead as shit. Unfortunately, so this is actually a perfect example of building bad habits. So you've been playing a lot of quick play because you're trying to learn the game, and you've been in lots of lobbies like this where the enemy team has no coordination, they have no idea what's going on, they're all just doing their own thing, and you can get away with a lot more shit when that stuff is happening. But again, in a competitive environment where people are communicating, especially if you're in a six stack, because if you're in a six stack, the game will pair you with another six stack. It attempts to do that kind of thing to make it fair. So the enemy team is going to be very coordinated. They're going to be much more precise. They're going to be comboing their ultimates. You're just going to get annihilated if you play like this, where you're just being super aggro. Again, it's cool because you're getting kills, right? You probably like, this is fucking sick. But just be aware that these are actually bad habits that you're forming. You're getting away with it because the enemy team is just worse than your team, but these are really bad habits. So right now, you have Orb on Sig. This is nitpicky. I'm being very nitpicky. I'm not gonna lie. I'm being very nitpicky. But you have Orb on Sig because he's down a little bit of HP. That's smart. That's fair. Which is fine. But I personally think it would be better to have Orb on Monkey. Nobody's looking at him right now, but they're going to. He's standing all the way in the back of their team. Their team is doing exactly what you guys were doing earlier, and they're pushing up like a fucking, look at that, 2v like 5? 2v5 right now? 2v4? Whatever. They're way pushed up. Your Junkrat is bullying their Symmetra. He bullied her off the high ground, which is really good. So he's doing his job. He's controlling the high ground. But Monkey is in uber deep. I would definitely have Orb on Monkey. Your Moira can heal the Sig. See, now you're can already. Look at his health bar in the top left. He's already almost half health. I would have had Orb on him way sooner. That was a horrible sim wall. Orb him! See? Yeah, if you had Orb on him the whole time, he wouldn't have even gotten to 1 HP. See what I mean? But anyway. Oh! Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is... So, it seems like you're kind of overwhelmed. You're, like, stopping to try and think about what you should be doing. Because you don't have the muscle memory of just naturally, like, knowing in crazy situations where Overwatch gets hectic very fast. That kind of went from 0 to 100 out of nowhere, right? I guarantee you this Ryan shatters after he pins. Hold on, I want to see if I'm right. Pin, shatter. Oh, I'm so good. Anyway, it'll come with time. You'll get faster with crazy situations and what to do when things are happening and getting kind of out of control. But again, it's a lot easier to manage those situations if you're not right behind your Sigma, who in this case is your main tank. You want to be, you're essentially a sniper. You can be all the way back. I mean, I would not complain at all if you were alone all the way back here on the high ground. You can see everything. You can peek down over there. You can walk back here and give your teammates support from back behind. You can stand up here and give Sigma Orb. You can Discord people from up here. You can just fire away, right? You're a sniper. You don't have to be point blank to do damage. You're essentially a sniper. You can just sit all the way back here where it's nice and safe. And, I mean, nobody's pushing you. They're all focused on the crazy ultimate fuckfest that's happening up here with the sim teleporters and the Reinhardt shatter, and he's pinning across the map. But you don't have to worry about any of that. You wouldn't have been shattered. You'd have been all the way up here, nice and safe. You know what I'm saying? So your positioning is just too aggressive, in my opinion. I think you're going to have a lot more success if you play more passive. And it helps too if you know the maps, right? Like, I know that if you come back here, there's a staircase, and you can take the high ground super easy. Bada bing, bada boom. And you can sit up here and fire damage in, you can heal people, you can throw discords, you can see the entire fight. That helps with awareness as well. If you're standing up right here with the Sigma, like where you are right now, it's so much harder. If Sigma or Monkey need heals, you have to do a whole 180 to see them. See what I mean? But if you were up here on the high ground, oh my gosh, you can heal anybody. You can see the whole fucking team. You can see the whole enemy team. You can see up here, you know, you have full control of the battlefield, and your awareness is so much easier to obtain. The awareness that you should be striving for is easier to obtain because you can just sit here and like, boom, look, you see everything. You can see everything. Whereas where you are right now, you're literally in front of your tanks. I definitely would I would work on that. I would work, so far, the two biggest things, or I guess my three biggest notes. Look for more, try and be more aware of who needs healing. Who needs the orb more in any given situation. I would be looking to improve that. I would be looking to improve your trans times. Again, this is quick play. People aren't going to combo ultimates, but really common ultimates are like Zarya Grav. She throws her Grav in and hits like 4 people, and then Hanzo shoots his dragons right through the middle of it. Nobody walks away from that unless you have trans ready. So that's what you should be looking to use your trans on. Really high damaging ultimate combos, or really like team wiping ultimates. Like Hanzo Dragon or Graviton Surge or Shatter or things like that. Reaper ult. You should be looking to transit those times. So orb management, your healing orb management, your discords are fine. I think your discords are really good. You have the damage part of Zen down pretty well, and I think your aim is okay. So I would not worry too much about your discords and your aim at the moment. I would definitely look at improving your healing orbs, your healing orb priority, your trans usage, and your positioning. Your positioning is just way too aggro. You can be so much more passive, and it would be like, dear lord, woman. There's 3 enemies in front of you. You're the flimsiest character in the game. You just ran at them. No support in front of you. I guess Hanzo came and helped you out, but damn, that was aggressive. I would just be playing so much further back. You don't need to have all the kills. Especially Zen, you don't want the kills. If you have more kills than your DPS, then you are doing something wrong. A lot of people like to blame that, like, you know, if I played as Zen when I was first starting and I got 5 gold medals, I'd be like, man, my DPS sucked. Well, maybe your DPS would be doing better if you were focused more on healing than damaging. You know what I'm saying? So your goal as a healer is to support your other teammates so that they can get the kills. Your damage is simply to help you build trans faster and assist them in getting kills. But you're not the kill machine on your team, right? So, okay. This turret has so obviously been zapping the shield and 10 seconds now. Please look at it and shoot it. It is not other people's job only. There's a teleporter, shoot that. Nice. Throw discords on those people. There's a turret on the ground. You looked at it, you almost shot it. You can see it right there next to Lucio, shoot that. Whatever, Sigma got it. Turret's not there anymore behind you, so you're fine. But again, as a support, all you have to do as Zen is throw your orb on people and then discord the enemy. That's literally it. So you don't have to always be shooting at the enemy. Like I said, when you notice, if you pay attention, if you're like up on the high ground, right, and you see that turret is zapping people, just look over and shoot the turret. I mean, everybody else is already doing the work. They're getting the kills. You didn't need to be damaging those enemies. You can just look over, pop the turret, and maybe your teammates don't die to it, or they have more health, and you don't have to worry about healing them. Something like that, you know? There's other things to be doing than damaging as Zenyatta. Even though it's tempting to just sit there and frag out like a motherfucking DPS, it's probably better than not. Nice, Lucio. Discord to him. So, again, sound cues. You can hear that or whatever from the sim shooting her orbs behind you. I'm going to assume she's... Yep, right there. Just... Yeah, so now she beamed you, and now you're like, what the fuck hit me? I think you need to work on your awareness. Your sound cues. Try and listen to what it sounds like when certain characters do certain things, and pay attention for them in the future. Yeah, you're about to eat a dick. Yeah. Don't push that. There's no reason for you to push that, right? Your Hanzo's already in there doing damage. Moira's here to help do damage. Your tanks are over there pushing them from the back. There's just no reason for you to be there. You could have been up here on this high ground. You know, you break all these railings. You have full view over everything that's happening. You know, if Hanzo needs help, you know, you can come down here on the stairs, do a little bit more damage. You could be all the way back here even. You could still be shooting at that Symmetra. You don't need to be in her face. There's just no reason for you to be up there. You didn't have to die there at all. That's just something you'll get better with. And if you were all the way back over here, you would have seen the Moira get low, and you could have given her orb before she died. You know, it's little things that make a huge difference in this game. You'll get better. You'll get better. But I do think it's good to like go over it and kind of think about that kind of stuff.
Join me.
Again, you're in way too deep. Like, you guys aren't going to be able to contest this. In the top middle, they have 3.4 meters to go until they cap. That's a matter of like 2 seconds, if that. They'll cap this. Like, they already capped this. You guys are fucked. There's no way you can recontest. Which means their new spawn is about to be like just back there, behind the high ground. Just back there is their new spawn. They don't spawn all the way back by the first point anymore. They spawn right over there. So being, especially without your tanks, is just suicidal. You are like way too close. Like, look, the Reinhardt's right there. Like, back up, back up. You're just firing into a shield. There's no reason for you to be up there. It actually is good for you to break shields. As Zenyatta, you have a lot of shield breaking potential, but there's just no reason for you to be up here. And again, that trans girl, you're trans usage, you potato. Everybody's full HP. They're not even pushing you. There's no reason to trans. That trans will save lives. I mean, trans literally, it carries games if you use it at the right time. And you're just like randomly popping it when everybody's full. See, look. Look, now as soon as trans ends, they pop the sim wall and they pinned your monkey. And you didn't have your trans ready, so he died instantly. Right? And I'm not saying that you would have had fast enough reaction time because he died really quick. But I'm just saying, now they're using ultimates. Now would have been a much better time to trans. Because your Hanzo is overextended, your monkey's overextended, right? You guys are just overextended. You should not be in this deep. So now is the time where you can pop trans and bail your team out. Oh, Hanzo died. Oh, Moira died. You could have saved them with a trans. You could have saved them with trans. As soon as the sim wall went up, boom, trans. But instead you wasted it when everyone was full HP and they weren't even pushing. Again, your positioning, like, you're like, there's no escape. That you can't get up there. Like, the only way to, this just wraps around, if you didn't know, part of the map literally just wraps around to right back up here. There's nowhere to go. If you're over there as Zenyatta and they're pushing, you're fucked. Again, that might be a map knowledge thing, but you should always retreat this way. Again, if it's a map knowledge thing, understandable. I get it. It's a new game, new maps. You don't know them all very well, but I would definitely have not been even remotely that close to Reinhardt. You don't even want to be within, like, him seeing you range. You want to be so far back it's stupid because you don't have damage fall off. You don't have damage fall off. If you're 2 miles away and you hit somebody in the head, it's going to do the same amount of damage as if you were right next to them. So you can just sit way back and fucking throw damage in from a much safer position and be perfectly fine. So right here, you want to be playing where Monkey is. You want to be all the way back here. You want to be way the fuck back here. And I might even suggest coming all the way around through these stairs and going up to the high ground. Although Symmetra's TPing up here, so it'd be a little bit dangerous. But I mean, you want to be, or maybe you come back around this way and you play back here. But, I mean, like, again, you don't have to be in their face to do damage and to heal your team. It actually makes it harder, in my opinion, especially as a character like Zenyatta. It makes it a lot harder. Nice, your team's making some space. Play back, play back. Discord run. Oh my god, you got lucky. That was close, not gonna lie. Again, there, I heard the sound cue of his charge, and I was instantly terrified for your life because you just stood there and like was waiting to take it. I would definitely try and learn some of those sound cues. I think it would help you a lot. Tracer's behind you. Oh, was that your Tracer? Yeah, that Tracer's dead. Okay. Help your Tracer. Now, so now you're running away when now is the time to be pushing. If you were paying attention to the kill feed, their whole team is dead except for Symmetra. 5 of their 6 teammates are dead, and your Tracer's going after their last person, and you're just running away. Like, now you should be helping Tracer. If Tracer dies, it's all your fault. I'm not gonna lie. If Tracer dies to that... the video clip cut out, so sorry if that got weird. I'll try and fix it with an editor. But yeah, no, wait, I didn't see. Did your Tracer die? Or, no. Okay, your Tracer won. Your Tracer killed the Symmetra anyway, but I'm assuming she's way out of position because it took her forever to do it. Yeah, look at her. Well, Tracer can be on the flank anyway, but yeah, your positioning is a little potato, I'm not gonna lie. You've been super aggro the whole game when the entire enemy team is like running at you, and then the one time their whole team is dead, all you got to do is clean up the last kill, and you just leave Tracer by yourself to do it. Not necessarily the best move. It worked out, it's perfectly fine, but again, if that Tracer had lost, it would have been all your fault. You easily could have helped her. You were right next to her. Discord Rhine, perfect. Leave Discord on Rhine. That's a really good Discord. Keep it on him. Ball needs healing. So, I think for the rest of this game, in order to save some time, because it's already taken a really long time, and it's going to be a long-ass video for you to watch, I'm just going to try and tell you what's going on in my head. I think I've said most of what I need to say about your major, some of the major issues that I'm seeing. And some of the minor ones I've been really picky, to be honest, but I think being picky is good. Anyway, so I'm just going to go through and tell you what I would be doing and what's going through my head if I were in your shoes. So, Reinhardt's low, dead to Widow. Again, safe positions. So, watching the kill feed, right? Junkrat killed Tracer, Ball somehow killed himself. Monkey killed Rhine. It means you guys are up right now. Monkey killed Baptiste. All they have is Lucio and Widow. I can hear Lucio shooting on cart. There were a couple low people, but again, if you were paying attention to the kill feed, you would know that the only two people left are Lucio and Widow. If anybody dies, your team spawns right there, and their team spawns all the way back there. You can see the Rhine in fucking buttfuck Narnia, right? They spawn all the way back there. So even if Monkey died, he'd be back super quick, and they're about to come in with Hammond ult. I definitely would not have trans that. It's okay, because there were low people. I understand what was going through your head. There were some low teammates, but you don't have to use trans off cooldown. Oh. It's fine. It's fine, it's fine. Again, you have close spawn, I guess it's probably fine. Nice, Tracer died, that was helpful. When we're looking at Discord, Ryan, Widow's 1 HP. You just saw her health bar. Looking for his teammates, that's good. So again, I'm looking at Discord, Ryan. Fire at the shield. If he's just gonna stand there alone, Discord him. Yeah, Discord him. Back up, back up, back up. You saw people on the high ground. I'd back up. I would be backing up. Lucio's 1, focus Lucio, nice shot. They're behind you, they're high ground. You heard the ultimate go off. They're behind you, high ground. You heard the ultimate go off. Don't take 1v1s with Tracer, especially when she has recall, or you don't know if she does. They're behind you. Oh. 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 Oh, man. You'll get better. You'll get better, I promise. Just, you gotta listen to sound cues. You gotta, like, sound is important. And it's like Siege. Siege actually sound is more important, I would say, but sound in this game is so, so helpful. It will make you such a better player. On the left, Tracer. You can hear her shooting, right? She recalled, she's still there. Nice. You heard her blink, you can still see her. Nice. Unlucky there, she was spawn killing you. There's not much you could do. Could have maybe looked forward and thrown an orb on somebody before you were going to die, but it doesn't much matter. The orb would have gone away anyway. Your ball is popping off. Their ball killed himself again. So again, watch the kill feed, right? Widow's killed Ball and Junkrat, but your ball has killed Baptiste and Tracer, and their ball killed himself. All they have is Reinhardt, Widow, and Lucio. Your team has you and Monkey. You can see Monkey. You can see Sim on the right throwing turrets in. So you know that you, Monkey, and Sim are on point. Here, you don't need to contest point. You don't need to be contesting point. I know I was going to try and make this quick, but I think I need to say some more things. You don't need to contest a point because Monkey is already contesting, and he has a Moira orb, and your Well, he should have your orb. He can contest for you. You don't have to be there doing damage. You can be in the back sniping at Widow. Snipe Widow. Shoot Widow. Vision on the Lucio. Get the Widow. Orb the Moira. Nice. Widow's dead. Tracer. Tracer's coming in. Discord. Behind you. In front of you. To your right. She pulse bomb. No recall. To your left. You see what I mean? I'm always listening to her blinks and her sound. I know exactly where she is at any point in time.
I am on fire.
Baps on the high ground. Nice. So you guys pull out with the win, but I think there were a ton of mistakes, especially in the Dorado game, that you could improve on. I believe the Dorado game was older, so I'm just hoping that the Temple of Anubis game is the one that you've just gotten better since this game. But I definitely think that you have some room to grow. Yeah, I don't know. I guess just try and think about the things that I said. Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Michael Roning critiquing Lily on her Overwatch gameplay. Goodbye.